Hello, my name is Darwin, and welcome again to my Learn Hub. This is week 5, and our video discussion will be about the extensor wrist muscles and the flexor muscles of the wrist. This is a video post for PTA 210 Kinesiology Lab. So in the video later that you're going to see, one thing that I want to stress is that for the extensor muscles, a very important bony landmark that we have to remember is the lateral epicondyle of the humerus. That is where 3 of the extensor muscles originate, which are the following: the extensor carpi radialis brevis, the extensor digitorum, and the extensor carpi ulnaris. The other extensor muscle, the extensor carpi radialis longus, the most superior of all the extensor muscles, if your arm is oriented this way, it originates at the distal third of the lateral supracondylar ridge of the humerus. So if this is the lateral epicondyle, it's on the distal third of the supracondylar ridge of the humerus. So it's a little superior to the lateral epicondyle, if that makes any sense. So it's on top. It is the only extensor muscle that has a different location when it comes to origin. All the others originate here at the lateral epicondyle. And that's about it. So watch my video. Let's start with the extensor muscles of the wrist. So let's find first the brachioradialis, which divides the extensor muscles from the flexor muscles, and which is right here. So I'm going to ask Joe to flex his elbow while resisting my hand right there. So this is the brachioradialis. So that's our border for the extensors and the flexor muscles of the wrist. And on the inferior side, it'll be the ulnar bone that separates the extensors from the flexors, which is right here. So another bony landmark for the extensor muscles will be the lateral epicondyle. It's right here of the humerus, and the supracondylar ridge of the humerus right here. A third of it, third of the lateral supracondylar ridge of the humerus will be the origin of the extensor carpi longus, which is what we're gonna activate right now. So Joe, I'm gonna ask you to extend your wrist. So there you go. So the origin of the extensor carpi longus is right here on the third of the lateral supracondylar ridge of the humerus, and goes all the way down here, and just relax, and it inserts on the base of the second metatarsal. Right beside the extensor carpi longus is the extensor carpi brevis, which originates on the lateral epicondyle and attaches to the base of the third metatarsal. Okay, and then extend your wrist again. Right here in the middle part of the extensor muscle is the extensor digitorum. So the extensor digitorum muscles relax, originates again in the lateral epicondyle, and the insertion of these muscles are at the base of the middle and distal phalanges of the second and fifth phalanges. So middle, it's at the base of the middle and distal phalanges of the second and fifth. So all the way down there. So if you're gonna try and move your fingers like you're typing, see, you can see it there. The tendons. All right, thank you, just relax. And the last muscle is the extensor carpi ulnaris, again originating from the lateral epicondyle down here and attaches to the base of the fifth metacarpal. Thank you. Okay, now we're gonna go to the flexor muscles of the wrist. First, I'm gonna ask Joe to flex his elbow so we can show the border, which is the brachioradialis. So that again separates the flexor muscles from the extensor muscles. And underneath, our separator would be the ulna, right there. There you go. You go ahead and relax. So the bony landmark for the flexor muscles would be the medial epicondyle, right here. So this is where all of the muscles would be originating. So flexor muscles, there are 5 flexor muscle groups. Okay, the first one would be the flexor carpi radialis, which would go all the, okay, so go ahead, Joe, and flex your muscle. There you go. So it's from here, so originating from here and when traveling all the way down here to the radius, connecting to the second and third, the base of the second and third metatarsal. So if this is your second metatarsal and your third metatarsal, so it connects right here at the base of the second and third metatarsal. The flexor carpi ulnaris, again, originate, flex your muscle again. So originate from here, and then from the medial epicondyle, there you go. And then travels all the way down here. It's a very thick muscle right here, and it attaches to the pisiform, right here, the one that sticks out. So this is his flexor carpi ulnaris. The one in the middle, which is not present in every human body, is the palmaris longus, and you can tell because the tendon is right here in the middle. So again, it originates from the medial epicondyle and attaches down to, I have to refer to my cheat sheet, to the flexor retinocular end of the palmar epineuritis, right here. So that's where it inserts. The fourth and fifth muscle is a little bit not too superficial, which is underneath the palmaris longus and the ulnaris and radialis and ulnaris, which is the flexor digitorum profundus. So it originates from the medial epicondyle and it goes all the way down from the second to the fifth distal. Second to the fifth distal phalanges. From the second to the fifth finger, distal phalanges. And flexor carpi superficialis originates from the medial epicondyle and goes all the way down and inserts to the second and fifth middle phalanges of the second through fifth fingers. So right here. So if we isolate the fingers and then ask Joe to move the tip of his fingers, those are the flexor digitorum profundus that's activating right now. And if I ask him to move his fingers as if he's typing, that's the flexor digitorum superficialis. Thank you.